I need your cup.
Yeah. I mean, it really depends on.
Can you hear this?
It'll be done.
It depends on how creative Chase wants
Now
to
she
be.
doing this shit on purpose. Yeah, I can hear the stainless steel. Goddamn right, I can hear that.
How much do I pour you? It's in a
Can you?
Stacey, I'm pouring it
can
into
you
a
hear
28-ounce tumbler. What do you expect?
Mm.
Just drink that for now. I got more.
I feel, but this is really like a sip.
Okay, wait a second. Let
What
me
Stacey
judge.
just said was you're alcoholic.
No, I haven't drank in such
Would
a
you
long
like
time.
to know the story
And when
behind
motherfuckers
this?
say that,
So this is the Chicken Run
Last
edition.
week.
Were you aware?
I don't even know what the fuck
Chicken Run is
Nobody tells me anything.
like it.
They just say, "Hey, we're gonna shoot it this time."
This is Chicken Run.
Oh, fuck.
It is a good wine. There's a chicken on all the front of their bottles. But let me tell you how this started. I think usually when we drink wine, we could drink like maybe between us like 2 bottles, right? Easily.
Alcohol.
2 to 3 bottles. Yeah.
Yeah, but like,
Hold on. 2 or 3 bottles, yeah.
but at the end of it, we're totally fine. Like maybe like
We usually
slightly.
have our children with us, and we just
Mm.
drink a cup.
Nobody watching the little kids. They
Yeah,
just-
no, because JC's grown.
They just
You
out
can
here.
watch
My
Yeah,
kids,
that
my
nigga-
kids.
JC
Sophie
older-
might as well be an adult.
JC older than everybody here.
Yeah, so we only had 1 bottle of wine that day.
Yeah, and what happened was we
And you're like, you ever been to one of them old churches? Oh, Jessica, not you.
Yeah.
Actually, not you either.
I have been in an old
But
church.
okay, in Mexico. But like,
Oh, yeah, I'm Mexican today.
The old, yeah. She like to switch it up, y'all. Yeah, the old Baptist churches, man. They got them like all you see is old women like, yes, Lord, and they got that fan. They keep the same fan. They took it in their Bible next to Genesis, and they pull it out, yes, Lord,
Chase,
the whole time.
2 things.
Yeah.
1, did you turn off the AC up here because we said we were cold the first time?
That happened.
Okay,
It's
and then
possible.
2, Jessica, finish your chicken breast story.
No, I was gonna say that Stacy is right. Usually we can have 2 or 3 bottles, totally fine. But this day, I randomly picked this bottle because it had a chicken on the front of it and it looks very artistic. And I was like, you know what? We're gonna have wine tonight. We're gonna have this wine.
She didn't check the legs of the wine. You know what I'm saying? She didn't check.
Hey, it's from Chile.
Hey,
It's a Chilean wine.
I just learned.
It was made in Casablanca, Chile.
I just learned what legs were like 6 months ago. Do y'all know? Yeah.
I thought you were just talking.
Oh, see what I'm saying?
I feel like
You
he was just interrupting my story still,
all
but
of the
go on.
time. I'm sorry. You go ahead and then I'll tell you what legs are.
Okay.
Legs? Oh no, I was gonna say that the reason we call it if it's a chicken run night or not is because me and Stacey had 1 bottle of wine and halfway through this bottle of wine, I'm like, Stacey, like, ooh, are you drunk? Just yeah.
Yeah, I'm
We were drunk after 1 bottle of wine, but of chicken run. And it does that every time. So if you need a 1 bottle kind of wine night, definitely want to go with chicken
I
run.
drank a bottle of chicken run by myself and had a great time by myself.
Yes, but it's
Stacey,
only
really
with
letting us
chicken
know.
run. I'm telling you, it's potent.
Mm.
It's good though. Let's see, Sauvignon Blanc. This is what we're drinking. Chicken run. It was sustainably farmed in Chile.
Mhm.
It has made with organic
I
grapes,
know you were gonna read the label.
and it is 12% alcohol.
I
It
would
is
like
a
to
product
reiterate
of
that
Chile.
There's no form or reason to this podcast.
There is a reason.
Nope.
There's a reason why we're here.
But this is the chicken run edition, so that's why we're just telling you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
This edition will be covered
Tell us
by
about
chicken run.
legs.
I'm sorry to interrupt your story earlier.
It's okay.
So I went on this date with this chick, man, and she could not stop talking about wine. I'm like, I asked her what she
she was
did.
a sommelier.
I think she sold wine or some shit, like as a side gig or something. And I wasn't even drinking wine, so therefore I really didn't care. But she was like, she said, yeah, the legs are when you swirl it around, and then you see kind of how it falls. But I think it may be just with red. So with red wine, you'll swirl it around, and it'll fall a certain way. I think it's like it depends on how far apart the legs are, how aged the wine is.
Huh, that is very interesting.
I mean, yeah, that's one thing, but then they tell you to swoosh it around your mouth. So like the whole concept of like wine tasting and all that shit is whack to me.
How far apart your legs are.
Not your legs.
is how
Not your
aged
legs.
how
Not your
aged the
legs.
wine is.
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah.
where are the legs on the wine?
So on the wine, when you swirl it around,
Mhm.
it'll make a coating on the glass, and it'll kind of like fall.
And they call that legs.
And they call it legs.
Um,
When you all's legs are open, we just call that sex.
Oh, I thought I was gonna go somewhere else with that. Dang.
All right, I'm Stay Sorry,
Jessica Lola.
King Conti.
and we are Houston. I'm just saying.
Mm,
Just
just saying about some wine.
She couldn't even like get it. I'm just saying that because she was still in her slurp, but that's what's up.
Houston.
In mid slurp.
So we got some good topics today. We're gonna be talking about dating a parent or dating while you're a parent.
Mm.
Have you ever dated any women with children?
Oh, you asking me? Yes.
How many?
How many children or how many women?
Yeah.
Both.
Oh shit. Definitely over. So I think they all had one kid. I don't think I've ever dated a woman that had more than one kid. Yeah, but I think the number, I'm gonna say at least 3.
3 with 1.
3 with 1. 3 with 1, and that's like that's a hard answer. Yeah, that's a hard answer. I'm gonna say 3 with 1.
And you don't have any children.
I do not have any kids at this point.
Have you dated anyone with children?
I have dated like 3 people with kids, and they all had one, I believe, as far as I know.
Okay. And you have children?
Yes, I do have children. I have 3 lovely little girls.
Yes. I haven't really dated anyone with children. Like everyone I've dated didn't have children. Like I've gone out on like one date with people who have children, but like outside of like 2 dates or anything like that, all of them don't have children.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't. And
Is that intentional or just like?
No, that's just the way it happens. It's just the way it happens. So I don't know if I prefer. I don't care if they have children, but it also would depend on the amount of children and also the amount of mothers. Like I think that's important.
I think that is that's very important.
Hold on. What if all the baby mamas cool with each other and like they're bringing you in?
No,
I think they only happen when motherfuckers rich. Like
it does
like the
because money
well-off
makes
people.
everyone happy.
Yeah, everybody like, oh well, he paying my child support. So.
Right. No, I don't think that I would be able to date someone with 2 or more mothers.
Don't look at me.
So hold on. So let's play the numbers game. Let's say that it's 1 mother but 4 kids.
I feel like my max on children.
Not your max.
Yes, I have a max. My max on children. If you have between like 3 to 5 children, I'll date you, but you can't require me to have a child.
Hold on. But they can't require you to have
right.
one?
Like you know how when you're dating and you start talking about marriage and children, and then you're like, yes, I want another. Like,
oh, to get you another, like get him another one.
Right.
Like you already good, bro. You good.
Right. Like I don't.
How many you need?
Exactly.
All right.
So I don't feel like
we could just share mine and yours.
Exactly. So I don't feel like you should require me or expect a child out of me if you have 3+
Hold
children.
on, but I mean, does it really matter though? Do you want another kid?
Well, I feel like
I don't want another.
So that's what it
child.
is. She
But
said
I
that.
want another child, but I'm actually willing to at least have 1 to 2 more. If like I'm
But
dating
if the
someone,
guy doesn't have any,
right,
Okay.
and they want some, then I would do that.
but he can't be like that other motherfucker. Like, hey, sweetheart, hey, baby, you putting on some weight. He definitely can't say that shit.
no, because I'll definitely.
I'm doing it for
that.
your motherfucker.
So yeah.
No.
I hear that.
I don't think I have a limit either. I think because I have 3 girls, so I feel like I'm okay if you have children, but I think I kind of feel the same way. Like if you have more than 2, and maybe even at this point 1 baby mamas, then I feel like that would be a problem with me because I've dealt with some pretty crazy baby mamas.
So are your 3 girls same guy?
So my 2 oldest daughters are with my ex-husband,
Okay.
and my youngest daughter is not.
Okay.
Which I'm not saying it's bad. Things happen, circumstances, whatever.
Life.
Life, yes. You can have more than 1, but I really just think it depends like on where the guy's at in his life. Do you want more? Because I kind of don't really think I want any more, but if I did meet the right person and they were like hell bent on like we need to have at least one kid, then I would possibly be open to it.
Or if it just happened. Do you think that so from what I'm hearing, because I'm the novice in the room, that your numbers change depending on your current situation? Because I feel like it does a little bit, right? I mean, clearly you have 3 girls, you're persevering with that. And you're welcoming more kids than I believe Stacy is, so I think since your numbers are a little bit higher, you can.
I love kids.
But I'm just saying,
okay, I take that back. I actually do not like kids.
You like your kids.
I like my kids. I like my friends' kids. I like my kids. But like I was never that person that would go into a grocery store and you see a baby and you're like, oh, baby.
Oh, let me hold it. You'd be the weirdest motherfucker in the grocery store. Let me hold your child.
Well, no, people walk up to babies at like the grocery store, touch them, even church. But I was never like, babies are awesome. Let me hold your baby. Yeah, they're weird. But like in my circumstance, if I never like, let's say I meet a guy, he doesn't want any kids, we're good with my kids, I would still want to like. I personally would want to adopt. Yeah. So I would foster a child or adopt a child. Yeah. It's not necessarily the number, I guess, because I think it all depends on circumstances. If I'm really well off, I meet some other guy and he's really well off, we're prospering. It's not gonna like take away from our children, my children, his children to have another kid, even if it's foster or not. Then I might be open to it.
Yeah, no, I understand that.
But like, yeah,
just be adding more kids.
Yeah, let's get
continue to populate.
Let's add another one.
No, thank you.
That's another college tuition. That's another mouth.
Daycare, like my son doesn't go to daycare anymore.
Like,
but he only went half the year because now he's too old to go.
Man, how old did he? I got a question. Just specific to your son. How old did he get in 6 months? Because I feel like his age is like exponential.
So
look, for those who don't know, this dude don't even want a birthday party. I'm sorry, I had to put it out there. He don't even care about a birthday party no more.
Once you meet JC, you'll be like, okay, I get it. But he's dope. He's dope. But yeah, he couldn't go to daycare anymore because he's now in middle school.
Oh, okay, okay. I definitely thought he did it on his own.
Yeah,
like, look,
no,
mom.
He homeschools himself.
So do you have a limit
on kids? I think it's gonna be. I think 2 could possibly be it, but I've never actually encountered it like that. But I think it's not so much the kids; it's the ability for the woman to have a life outside of her kids, to not just talk about her kids, right? To properly support her kids or whatever, not have the drama. It's not just the kids, because like I'm kind of the same way when it comes to. Hey, yeah, I don't really like kids like that. Like, I love my little sister. Like, me and her good. I've been keeping her forever, since she was probably like a few months old when I was living in Beaumont. But, now it's like, I've met women where it's like, that's literally all they talk about. You don't even know nothing about them.
Well, that's because, like, when you're a mom, it's because I feel like I might have just gotten out of that maybe a couple years ago because, like, it was just always me and JC all the time. Like, even he would be like, "Damn, mom, like, what do you do outside of this?" Like,
and I'm sure
he would,
and I'm sure he said, "Damn."
He didn't because he gets smacked. But he was just like, "What do you like to do for you? Like all you do is do for me." And that can say a lot about a woman if she just talks about her children, or because that's really all she does. Like, she's not out in the club or spending money frivolously.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think more so what I'm saying is that.
Well, there has to be a balance. Like,
it has to be a balance. I don't even know you.
Well, you're dating me. You're not dating my kids.
All I'm talking about is all the shit I'm doing, and you tell me about what your child. Yeah, man, daycare was crazy for him today.
Yeah.
Okay, but yeah, that's fun.
About JC's day, right?
Yeah, that's great. Tell me about JC. But what about Stacy? You know what I'm saying? If we're going,
I get it, and I think too, like with age, maybe it's like the younger, because I was talking to somebody who was dating and she was probably a few years younger than me, maybe 26, 27. And like, if you talk to me, I try to differentiate my time. Like, I try to go out. I try to have, like, a completely separate life because once your kids grow up and leave, they left. And then you
Right.
spent that whole time. So, but he was just saying how, like, how I conduct myself and how that girl conduct herself was completely different. Like, she never had time. She never made time.
Right.
All this kind of stuff because she was always with her kids, which I'm all for that. We should all your kids should always come first and all that
Yeah.
kind of stuff. But I'm also a very big supporter of that. You should also have your own identity and keep your identity. Just so, like I
Yeah.
said, your
No,
kids get
I
older,
don't.
they leave. What are
I
you gonna
don't
do when
wanna.
you're 40 and nothing
Yeah.
happened?
I don't.
You
I don't
ain't got
want
no
to.
man. You don't have
Yeah.
nothing.
No, seriously. I don't want to get it misunderstood. I have a huge respect for mothers. I have a huge respect for mothers. I was raised by a single mother, and she sacrificed a great deal for us throughout her entire life. But this exact same situation that we talk about happened because when I went off to college back in 2006, she didn't know what to do because she was so ingrained in doing things for her. She had been raising us since she was, me since 22, my brother since 17. She didn't know how to cope with it. It's called empty nest syndrome.
It's a real
So
thing.
yeah, so even though she was having fun outside of it, her main goal was to raise her sons, right?
Right.
So I said, well, I remember too. I said, "Ma, what you understand is right now you could start all over. You free." And she was young. She was like 42. You know what I'm saying? Something like that.
Yeah.
She was still young. But anyway, little sister came along. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So, what are some of the challenges of dating? Well, some of the challenges of dating a parent or dating as a parent. So, I know it's for challenges that I have with dating is, of course, you should really be considerate of my time.
right.
I'd go out on dates and they'd be like, "Hey, let's go out in an hour," and I'm like, I don't have time.
Just the quick one.
And it was all the time. Like, hey, right now there's this show that's happening right now. Let's go. And I was just like, but that has a lot to do with me dating guys that don't have children.
It's not even just that. I don't know. Bruh, I'm not doing nothing in an hour.
Hour, 2 hours. Let's go.
No, in the next hour.
Well, even at like 4:00 in the afternoon, you want me to go somewhere at 7.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
that's still. I just think like the time, but yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I don't think that I've had many being considerate of my time. What about you?
She also like Nigerians though. So.
I what?
I said she also like Nigerian dudes. So if you're in the comments and you're Nigerian,
Stop it.
please hit Stacy.
No.
Instagram, stay sorry.
Oh, y'all know it now. Okay.
Because nobody was getting that shit right.
No, I think kind of what like Chase was saying, my thing is that one of the reasons I do not like dating is because I feel like there's always the assumption with moms and single moms that you are busy or that you're too busy or that you're not able to date or make it like a priority. I don't know, just like
Mhm.
but I don't know, but it is a thing. I mean, they're right. Like, I do have time constraints. I don't want to be asked to go do something at 4:00 in the afternoon at 6:00 or 7. I probably won't be able to see you every single day.
Hell no.
But-
We're doing that anyway. We 30-something years old.
That's what I'm saying. Like, there's the assumption that, yeah, just that. I like people to know that I could make time. That's just
Yeah.
one of the things. I don't just men assuming
So
stigmas.
guys, if you're out there,
We got time.
Here you go.
They
I'm about
got
to put a
time.
plug in for Chase. Ladies,
nah, I'm good.
if you're out there with...
I'm on break.
he's not on break.
Chase will
Chase is
take.
on break.
He will
He's
take your
not
one
on
kid,
break.
possibly 2.
Possibly 2
Yeah.
to Chuck E. Cheese every Saturday for
Hell
the rest
no.
of y'all's
I
lives.
got shit to do.
Not on Sundays
you-
because we got the podcast, but he'll take them
Yeah.
on Sundays, Saturdays.
I got shit to
Sundays
do.
after the podcast, he will definitely take you out,
Oh, to Chuck E. Cheese. that's
show
where we
you a
going?
great time with
Yeah,
your
okay.
children.
Nah, man.
Also, too, the one thing that's trouble with dating is I feel like a lot of men also assume that when you're dating, that you're dating to like find the kid's next father. Yeah,
I
or
was
like
saying, but
no,
yeah.
that is such a thing. Like the father or the next husband, like that
But
is so.
essentially, if you're dating someone
You'd
and
be
you
so
have
great
children,
with
they
little-
have to be a good like father type figure.
But like, I'm not out here. Hey, what's your name? Cool, Chase. Okay, cool. Hey, but like, do you like 3? Because I got kids because I got 3,
Right.
and I need you to make
Buy
sure
some
you like them
Christmas
before you take me out on a first date.
No.
You know,
no,
like-
I don't think that's the case. I don't think that's what should be done at all. I definitely don't think the guy should think like that, right? I think that's more.
Some do.
I think that's more of an immature way of thinking too. Because I mean, realistically.
Well, and there
at
are
this
women that
age-
want that though. But yes.
No, they're out there.
Yes.
I mean, and you should be a good fake father
Yeah.
figure for.
Not fake father.
I said you should be a father figure.
Right.
I heard fake.
I felt like it was a lot of
Me
F's.
too.
You fuffy.
Fuck. Y'all just made fuck. So
Chicken Run. That's what it does. Makes you forget your F's.
it doesn't matter. You guys know what we're talking about.
But no, that's something I consider because like I've went on dates with guys, and I haven't went on multiple dates with guys with children, but I ask questions like, how are your children? You know, how many mothers do you have? Like, I feel like that's appropriate. And there are times they're like, oh yeah, no, I have kids. When was the last time you saw them? Like, when's the last time you saw them?
I love asking that
Ooh,
question.
She hit him.
Yeah, or like,
Yeah, it ain't. It's
But
not
that's
sweet.
important. If you have 2 kids
Yeah.
and you saw them 2 months ago and they live in Houston,
Right.
that's a big old red flag.
Yeah,
like
you,
I don't
You can't
like-
say no shit like you busy.
right. There's you know, that's something to consider when you're dating someone with children because you need to know that, okay, if they can at least take care of their children and they're active in their children's lives and they're participating and, you know, doing all those things that a father should do, then they would be great for, you know, my own, possibly having more.
Damn.
Possibly.
What are some problems with dating? Not problems with dating a woman
Yeah,
with
what are some
kids.
challenges you've had dating women with children or child or whatever?
So I mean, I'm very considerate as far as the whole kid situation goes, but I would say the one of the main issues is them talking about them. That sounds funny.
All the time. Well,
Them
no, we know
talking
what you
about 'em-
mean.
Them talking about them all the time. But another one's like the whole advice portion. So let's say they say something about the kid or whatever, and I kind of offer advice. Like I don't offer like you should do this. I give everyone advice, right? But I think the caveat is like since I don't have kids, they'll be like, "Why are you even saying anything? You don't have
That's rude.
kids." And I'm like, "You're talking about it."
You're talking. I am responding.
I'm trying to help just with my limited knowledge. You know what I'm saying? But my brother has 6 children. My mom has
How
3.
many mothers?
Oh God. I think it's 2 and a possible, 3 and a possible, something like that. I don't keep up. My sister has 2 girls, and my other brother doesn't have any kids. So
All my dad's kids. Well, no, his first 2 have the same mom, then me, and then my brother.
All my brothers and sisters, we all have different dads, except for 2 of us.
yeah, man. Hey, you gotta have fun back then.
Yeah, they had a lot of fun.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
got-
they
yeah,
still
yeah.
have
You
fun.
can find your dad on social media this time and ask him what's
Oh,
going
yeah.
on. No.
Yeah. Hey, what
Gotta-
are you
gotta-
Hey,
doing?
Dad, could you be involved?
Yeah.
I see you posting memes.
Could you
You're out there.
you could drop a like every now and then.
Damn, could you at least know my birthday?
Yes. Can you
It's
at least know
on
my kid here?
Facebook.
It's okay. Sorry, funny story. So my dad sent a picture. It was my sister's birthday, my younger sister, and he sent her a birthday card with a picture in it, and it was a baby picture. And he was like, he said something in the card, but the baby picture had a picture of me. And my sister sent me a picture. She's like, Dad sent me a birthday card, and it has a picture of you. It was funny. Oh, I guess that.
When did it? But we're still recording. It's affordable, guys.
Hey, just so you know, FYI, about 30 minutes ago when we talked about the wine, it is affordable.
This will be what they call in the video business a drop-in or a plug-in or something like that. That's
Are we
what
recording
just
again?
did. Yeah, we are.
On there?
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
You were quick.
Oh, okay, anyways, so my sister sent me the birthday, or sent a picture, and my dad sent a picture of me in her birthday card for her birthday. It was funny. My dad didn't know the difference between me and my sister as babies.
Damn. Oh, and you know, right?
Well, yeah, and I responded, I was like, hey, but my dad sent you a picture of me for your birthday, so you're welcome. Happy birthday.
But like, how do y'all feel about baby pictures in general? Like, I hate when
was
people
cute as
like,
fuck.
oh, that's a cute baby. I'm like, it looked like the other baby.
I was cute as fuck. I don't care. JC was
Of
cute
course
as fuck.
of course you're gonna say that about your.
Or
about
do
your
you mean
flock.
like, do women show you baby pictures?
Okay,
Is that what
if
you're
it's
talking
like
about?
straight out the vajay and like all wrinkly,
Yeah,
okay,
still
I
got
get
the,
that.
the plasma
You
on it.
look like a little alien.
Placenta?
Fine. Oh no, I've seen
Okay.
some ugly fucking.
Okay, I was like, placenta.
Ew.
Oh, the placenta, yeah.
Okay, so what are some things you're not supposed to do when you're dating a parent?
The first thing Stacey said, don't call or text me at 4:00 and want me to go somewhere at 6:30.
Yeah. Don't say you hate kids. Don't hate kids. Don't date a woman with kids if you hate kids. That's just completely ridiculous. Why would you even waste my time?
Don't talk about your kids like 24/7 all the time.
Yeah, that's what Chase
Yeah.
said.
Like Chase was saying, I
there's
think that's a little much.
And I think another one that you guys said, which I know I have done, it's almost like it's not being over considerate, but like at least put it out there that you would want to see the woman that you're dating or whatever that has kids, because apparently you guys have time. But I'm definitely like in the back of my head, like, oh shit, she got kids, she can't just do nothing like that. You know?
But see, you even assuming that is the one issue
Right.
that I was talking
what
about
I'm
because,
Yep.
and that's what like, oh, she's not gonna be able to go here, so I won't say anything. It's like you don't know where I could go and when I could go there. So
Right. Because if
Yeah.
we want to see someone, we'll make time. Making the time isn't the problem, but if you know something's going on tomorrow and you would like to do that thing tomorrow, tell us today. That's all we ask. That's it.
yeah, I think that
Or at
that
least in the
and two
morning.
like, and I get we're not supposed to talk about the kids, but just
No, nobody's.
Chase doesn't want you to talk about your children. He wants you to keep them a secret, locked up in a dungeon in the basement. Go ahead.
no, but I know you're.
I mean, we'll stay with that if you want to. That'll just leave me to just be dating women without kids. But no, all I was saying was, you know, just be yourself still. Still be yourself. There is you. And I think it'll really help y'all at the same time. Because yeah, you're a mother. Mothers have a stronger connection with the kid anyway. Y'all gave life, whatever. What about you is what I'm saying.
Yeah. I get that.
Oh, don't well, I feel like too the drama thing, like you shouldn't talk about your drama if you have it. Maybe you have a difficult ex-husband, maybe you have a difficult ex-baby daddy. Don't always be putting your
Baby daddy.
egg whatever. Whatever. But like, I don't know, don't talk about your drama. Just don't like
Yeah.
I don't know, don't overshare that kind of stuff cuz
That could be a turnoff.
I think it's a turnoff. Is it a turnoff? If I call you every day complaining about my ex-husband or my
Every
baby
day?
daddy,
Or
not every
every
day,
other day.
but
You
when
gonna
we
hit me
when
every
we
day
talk
with it?
normally, whenever we're talking, if I'm like, oh, I had a bad day because of this, is that a turnoff? Do you want to hear about my drama?
I mean, I don't.
If there
mind-
is drama,
Yeah, I don't mind hearing about the drama, but it's like to what extent? Like you gotta know. Okay, put it like this: there's drama, then it's like, what the fuck are you doing? You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
if your drama is like
Because you're doing it.
because
too.
you're doing it and like yeah, he said this, but then I said, and then you're feeding into it. Because I'm gonna tell you like, well, damn, maybe you shouldn't have said that. You see what I'm saying? And you definitely have those. And a lot of times, the problem with people, when they call somebody with their drama, they want the person that they're calling to be on their side.
Mhm.
They want to call somebody that's gonna amen what they say, right? So that could lead to an even bigger situation between you and I because you're calling me with it, and I'm like, well, damn near, you know, you not all the way right on this. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So I mean, it can definitely the sword can cut both ways in that situation. And if your drama like hella crazy, because drama is one thing, everybody has it. But if your drama like this nigga beating on my door,
Oh.
you know what I'm saying?
Had
Like,
to
and
call
you,
the police.
yeah, and he outside right now. You
He's-
hear?
And I told him my
You
new
hear
man
him?
was gonna beat his ass.
No, I'm gonna give you the phone. I'm gonna get him the phone so
You
you can
said
talk to him.
no, don't do that, please. I hate
Oh,
that.
bro.
Has that ever like something similar ever happened?
Hell no. I wish you would.
That's happened to me, and it was like I
What?
I didn't have kids at the time, but like
It was someone that did have kids.
yeah,
and
okay,
their
so
baby-
yes, I was dating this guy that had a daughter, and it was funny because him and his ex significant other were broken up. She was living with a new person, and I had recently just met his daughter, like in the last month that this had happened, and we were at his apartment. He had a friend there. I was in his room with his daughter. We were watching a movie, and his ex-lady is like knocking on the door.
She's so sweet.
And
his ex-lady.
His friend opens the door before even asking like who it is or anything like that. And she walks in, and she was like yelling at him, whatever. And then she turned and looked in the room and saw me sitting, and she had never met me before, sitting in the room with her daughter watching a movie, and she went crazy. Like, he shut the door. She's like, I was like, oh my God.
That bitch?
Yes. And then I casually got up from my place and then just walked out, and I could hear her all the way from my car, and she was going off on him. Like, it was just crazy to me. Like,
what was she upset about? Do you know?
Oh, I don't know. What she was saying all sorts of stuff. You're having.
I already know what it is.
Sex with her in the room, and I'm like, he wasn't even in here. It was just me and a little girl in there watching a movie. But she just went crazy. She called the police. Like, said he had drugs in the house, like all sorts of stuff, because she was mad that I was even there. She went crazy.
What she saw was you in her place with her child.
But even
that's what she saw.
And this was before I had kids. If the same thing happened to me now,
that's you though.
Like, I honestly, I would like to know if there's somebody that's going to meet my child.
Right.
But at the same time, if I walked in and I saw my daughter sitting with another woman on the couch watching a movie or in the room, wherever, like, I wouldn't even want to act a fool like how this woman acted.
You could have been his long lost cousin. Or like,
and she didn't even know who I was.
She didn't even. I'm sure she didn't ask.
No, she did not ask.
Going off.
She probably knows something though. Don't the long lost cousin thing. They got a whole kid. She know about all the cousins.
But it also depends on the judgment of the man too, right? Because I mean, you have children.
Yeah.
With someone, and if you don't, I mean, you would like to think that his trend is, perfect and the ladies that he dates and brings around their children are. And then
all of a sudden, he just like,
but that's not the
time
case
to switch it up.
Well, I think at that point, him and her were married and they're divorced. They've been divorced for like maybe a year and a half, and I think she even there was infidelity in that as to why they weren't together anymore. Right. But I was the first person that, like, I believe he had meet his daughter.
Was it infidelity on her side?
Yes.
Oh, she out of line now.
Yeah, there's a lot of other stories with that. With this
sweetheart, hey, whoever you are, I was trying to be on your side.
He's always like, oh, I was trying.
I be trying.
I was trying to be on her side.
On our side.
Even then, I'm trying to be on her side. Like, I don't know. I'm just not a fan of women, especially with children, especially with daughters, acting crazy, all that sort of stuff, especially in front of your kids. Like, you have to set an example.
Just daughters though? Because
as a woman, I have to teach my ladies how to act like ladies.
It doesn't matter because no. The reason why I say it should go both ways is because you want to, once again, like I told the person on the last podcast, you are setting an example for whomever. So my mom set an example of the women that I should probably, you know what I'm saying, like what a woman should be like.
And that's different. I mean, too, like, I didn't add that, but I could say if I had a son or whatever I want him to know how a woman acts in this scenario. Yeah. But in this scenario, in any scenario, I do not approve of women losing their cool, talking bad, or anything like that in front of their children.
Yeah, I mean, because my point is this: like, that's why when women start going left, I get even more quiet. Like, we can all be right here, but when you go like through the roof, I'm gonna get real low. Cause I'm like, okay, yeah, this is not really how a woman should be acting. And because I have a lot of the examples in my life where there's a mother, grandmother, whatever, of women who act accordingly and who talk mad shit at the same time too. You know what I'm saying? It's just how you portray yourself and how you go about things.
It's like those work emails where you're secretly telling somebody to go truck themselves,
I literally
but like in an email.
To you guys, like, can y'all tell me how to professionally say, who the fuck are you talking to?
No, I have plenty of input on that because yes, work FUs in an email are definitely great.
Yeah.
Okay. So when do you think it's an appropriate time to have your children meet the guy that you're dating?
I think it's a feeling. I don't think you should really just, it's date 6. It's
Time to meet the kids.
I'm just gonna bring his ass.
Bring that grown ass 18-year-old kid.
I'm gonna bring an 18-year-old over there.
So let's have
Yeah,
lunch.
damn. That nigga play for the Knicks.
Can you give me drinks? Yeah, no, I delay it. I delay, and it's honestly been beneficial for me right now, just because it's like, I'm JC's safe space, right? I'm his safe space. I'm supposed to, make sure that he's good, all that good stuff. I don't want to just introduce anyone, even like to my family. Yeah. I'm not gonna just introduce someone to my family after a few dates, or even we've been dating for a month or two. Like, it's gonna be a couple months.
For me, it depends on the family member. I'm not gonna
like if I have my sister and my cousin.
If I you know what I mean, if I show a girl my dad or some shit like that, like we go to his house and shit,
that means nothing.
It don't mean a goddamn. And I will say, man, look, we just gonna get something to eat, and he wanted to cook, So it's
don't
nothing.
let this go to your head, lady. Just because you meeting my dad don't mean you can't be tomorrow.
Nothing at all. If it was my mom, it's a whole different story. If you met my mom, because you don't even understand the vetting process that you in, and you don't even know that you're there.
You know why? Because 5 years later, your mom will still talk about that one girl you brought over later. She'll be like, remember that one girl you brought? And she smelled and she dressed like this? Ooh.
Like she was fantastic and you fucked up.
Look. I'm going to give you a little slight story here. So I was dating this girl in college, right? We dated for like 2.5 years. She met my mom. She met my grandmother at my grandmother's house. And when I was on the fence of breaking up with her, I called them. But that's how serious it was. I was on the fence. I called them, and I had a very X-rated conversation with my mom as far as what they said and like the curse words they used, and like, why you worried about her? Damn, is the pussy that good? I say,
I believe it though. His mom sounds like an awesome lady.
My grandma's like, what? My grandmother said this. She said, Chase, it's like you done went soft on me. She said, give me the phone. So then my mama gets the phone. She's like, look, ain't nothing like the pussy you getting out and the pussy you about to get. And then the girl who I was on the fence about breaking up with. We need
both of these ladies on there.
Yeah, the girl that I was on the fence about breaking up with, she like calls me right then as I got this crazy ass male advice from two women, right. Like the most prominent women in my life, right? I cannot do nothing but break up with you.
Right.
That's all I got
at this point too.
It's already over with. Can't go back. But in that conversation, my grandmother said some of the realest shit I'd ever heard. And and anybody that don't know what red velvet cake is, they from the backwoods. So when I brought her there, they never told me that they didn't like her. One, right. Well, she just too quiet. We ain't like that. And then the fact that she didn't know what red velvet cake was.
She didn't know what red. This isn't a code word.
I'm talking about the cake that's red with the cream cheese icing or whatever. Okay.
Yeah. Wait, so you broke up with her because you didn't know what red velvet?
No, it was something else.
No, it's a long story.
She didn't know what red velvet cake
in other words, they started like they was like. It was like they was tag teaming in a wrestling match. Like, give me the phone. Yeah, fuck her. Give me the phone. Yeah, I ain't like her anyway. She know what red velvet cake was. Yeah, and the pussy you getting right now ain't shit compared to the pussy you about to get.
Damn.
2 women. My dad in the house. I'm in his house.
I need her advice on some stuff.
Hey. Well, she said, I'm going to tell you like your dad should tell you. He didn't even get that advice. My dad be real cool. Yeah. He'd be like, hey, look, all I'm going to tell you is.
Oh, that's how all dads are, though.
No, you just really think about it because, you about to make a decision.
Both my dads are, I don't know about Phil, but my real dad's like that.
He's like, you about to make a decision. Like, and that was the all of it. Maybe you just need to get back into yourself. Like, he gets some real advice.
Just nice.
Yeah, but he was like, yeah, you about to make a decision. I say, shit, that's some player shit.
So how many women have you dated with children, you said?
I say probably like 3. I mean.
So what's the average amount of time that you met their children, if you met their children?
Have you met children?
Yeah. It was actually, no, it was one girl. I was like hella close to like saying like fuck it and like actually like gelling her a few years ago. But I met her daughter. We went to a zoo and shit.
Why do you make that face? Right. What's wrong with the zoo? I like the zoo. If I were to be on a date to the zoo with some other guy, I wouldn't even care. Take me to the zoo.
Hey,
yes.
To the zoo.
I'm out here pushing the motherfucking little cart and shit.
Eating cotton candy.
And the kid was cute. And I thought the kid was cute.
And how
Well,
many
little
times
girl,
did you
all
meet
little
that
girls,
kid?
though.
Two
All little girls.
little girl.
All little girls.
The girl was Hispanic or whatever. Her daughter was mixed. Her dad, racist than a motherfucker.
He was black?
Her dad, no, I'm
Oh,
sorry.
her actual
Her
father.
actual father, yeah. Her dad,
Hispanic
Hispanic father, very
Hispanics don't really like
traditional. She invited me to the little girl birthday party.
So how many times did you see her? The little girl?
Birthday party was the last
The
time I
zoo.
saw her. The zoo and maybe one other time.
Wait, so
But
how
were y'all-
long?
Yeah, how long were y'all dating when you
it
met
wasn't
her?
that long actually. It wasn't that long. Shit.
And you weren't around her.
But you're right. That's an example of it was a feeling, and then you probably
Yeah.
met her at some point. Whereas someone else that I've been in,
And the girl, but she was also that same example of talking a whole lot about the kid. And I told her about that.
Okay.
I didn't say it in a bad way,
Right.
but I was like, really and truly, like I understand blah blah blah, but what did you do? What did you do today? You know what I'm saying?
Woman 2.
Oh shit, you can maybe go down the line.
Mm-hmm.
we need an accurate pool of data.
Accurate poll data.
Yes.
So that little girl was probably like around 5 or some shit, 4, and she had a lot going on with the baby.
How many
daddy.
months?
She had a whole bunch of like drama with the dude and shit. I don't really remember the second. Like I can't remember all of them, but then the other one was like I told you guys about the 18-year-old dude.
Right.
Grown ass man.
Grown-ass man.
That's different. Like I
Yeah,
said,
you don't need to meet him. That's
don't
not
even-
like. I mean, you do need to meet him, but it's different.
you need to meet
Like,
that motherfucker when
the
y'all
approach
getting
is
married.
different.
You need to meet
Right.
the nigga when y'all getting married. Like shit, that dude
Not
is
even
grown.
that. Like you're
She said not even
official. Like
Yeah, like you know it. You know it's gonna go somewhere.
Right, because
whatever.
here's the thing. Like my father, he has 4 children,
Yeah.
and anytime he would bring a woman around, I'd be like, oh, I would just treat her like shit. Once I got older,
Right.
because it was like you're just another. Like, or I didn't care. I felt like they were irrelevant. Like he brought a new woman to come see me when I had my son, and I just ignored her. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's just
no. I mean,
so it's a
completely
way
understand.
to bring them around.
Like I say,
to
I
near
don't
that
I don't
age.
have a problem with kids at all. It's just how you approach it. It's how you approach your kid,
Right.
and it's how well you're taking care of your situation. And I think of that as a whole for a woman. You know what I'm saying?
And
Just because I
get that,
came from a
though.
woman who took care of every fucking thing.
Right.
Like, so if you ain't taking care of your shit, and we had drama, so I understand drama. But if you ain't taking care of your household, you definitely ain't coming to my motherfucking household. My
Right.
shit peaceful.
but I
Okay,
think
so
the two
that's
like
2 kids. We have one more.
I can't think of the other one right now. You have to come back to me on that.
Okay. Did you meet the kid though?
Oh, the 18 though.
You met you didn't meet
Hell
18.
no.
You met the 5-year-old.
Hey, we would have to go to basketball court and
You
do that
said-
shit.
You 18-year-old you didn't meet. 5-year-old you met at the zoo. There was one more. Did you actually meet? I know you remember if you at least met that kid.
No,
Okay.
I'm gonna say no for right now. I'm old, y'all. I just want y'all to know I'm old. My brain don't really work.
Oh no, I was gonna say like, and back to the whole talking about your kid thing. Like, and it's not even about the talking about your kid. Like, I have different friends who have kids who are completely different moms, and I'm not trying to say nothing bad about any type of mom at all. But like, there's people like Stacy where we're really similar with how we conduct our lives, and then we have other friends who are like moms that are like the very involved, won't leave, like, like I don't even know.
I mean, we're involved.
Yes, or involved, but like, like that's just there's just different types of moms that
Yeah.
that's how that works.
We're not necessarily the PTA moms, but we take our children out to go view art and out to eat and to the zoo. We take them out of the country.
You do take them out of
We
the country.
do great
We do.
things, but we may not review every homework assignment. We might have a wine night. We don't do the PTA meetings or really go on field trips. Have you been on a kids field trip? I've been on one. It was a long time ago though.
But it's only because I haven't filled out the background check portion of it.
Oh yes, because you do have to do a background check. So we're great moms, but
I don't know. We're gonna stop.
We're
This is being
involved.
cut out.
We're involved. Our children love us. They know who we are. Like, it's not like we're out every night. They have
Nope,
schedules.
not out. We're not out every night, Chase.
Yeah.
Just so you know.
So it's good. It's good. So when do you think it's an appropriate time to meet the mother or father of that children?
Oh shit.
Have you met any fathers or baby daddies or whatever of these children?
You didn't put in enough time to meet any baby.
Hell no. If you doing that, like, bruh, that's a different level. And that's a different level of maturity too, because not so, like I said, that's different maturity of the relationship. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You have to know that it's going somewhere, for sure. Doesn't really matter if the kid like you or not, but you gotta know that it's going somewhere. And that is at that point, you're already past the point of meeting the kid. Yep. You're past that point. You've met the kid a few times, actually, to the point where the kid probably talking about your ass to the parent.
Nice things, I'm sure.
Well, we hope, but realistically, I heard sounds coming from the room.
I don't know about that.
It's like he was hurting her.
But like friend or this person that mommy sees or talks to on the phone. Yeah, definitely that.
So. For me, I think I've only had one person meet JC's father.
Oh, this is a great story.
No, I mean there's no story to it. They met and we were together for a long time, so of course that was gonna happen. But outside of that,
I wanted to ask how that went the first time, but
what
kind of, was it a phone conversation? Was it like they met
it was
in person?
I want to say it was like a birthday party. It was either at JC's birthday party or like a performance of some sort, but it wasn't. I mean, it was as good as it was gonna be. It wasn't like embraces and oh my god, I'm so
thank you for taking care of my
kids. Like it wasn't like that, but I mean it was as cordial as it could be for that time. So, but I want to say the guy that I was dating had met JC before we even started dating. So that didn't really, there was no need for an introduction. But I want to say it was maybe like 6 or 7 months before he actually met his father. So
let's see. The girl's dad has only met somebody once. And it does have to do with the maturity, because if I would have reevaluated the situation probably a little bit better, then it probably would have gone better. But definitely want to wait until you're at a mature spot in the relationship, because how it's going to go.
Yeah. And that has to do with age too, because at that time, I want to say I was maybe 22, 23 when I had someone meet JC's father. And I feel like now going through that experience, I would do it a lot differently. Now being, in my 30s and JC being older, I would do it differently. I would have whomever I'm dating at that time. It wouldn't be as long. I wouldn't go as long.
Do you need to ask the father of these children if or let them know, hey, these kids are gonna meet my significant other?
I think it's.
Is that polite? Is that a rule?
It depends on the father, or the mother. It depends on that, because, if I'm trying to choose my words wisely.
No, don't do
that. If
don't have choosy feet.
I'm sorry. It depends. It depends on the father, because they could be very accepting of, whomever. They could be happy in their lives and doing everything great in their lives and, just kind of want the best for you and their child. But it could also be the other way around. So, I mean, it really just depends on the father.
So what you saying is?
It just depends on the father. So what
if the dude wants you back?
They always want what they can't have, and they always want something that they see.
So do you introduce him?
What?
Do you introduce him?
I mean, at the end of the day, it still needs to be done, right? Yeah. Because it's you're going to. He's half of your child. It's half your child, half his.
But I hate to use celebrities, but I love the idea of co-parenting and be able.
Those are rich people.
Yes. Well,
give me some broke examples.
Well, I'm about to give you some broke examples. I love that. So, but for example, my mom and my stepdad. I have known my stepdad since he was in diapers. Sorry.
I've had my stepdad since he was in diapers.
What the hell you was
My
at?
stepdad has known me since I was in diapers.
Time travel.
And my dad and mom were married for like 3 years. And my dad would come over, even in the last 5 years, he would come and stay at our house for Thanksgiving when he'd fly in from California, come stay with us in Texas. And my mom didn't care. He would go stay in another room down the hallway, and it was fine. Or he would come to birthday parties.
Yeah.
He's come on vacation. Like, I think I would love for that to be a standard, like, amongst everywhere. But that would be my broke example, is my stepdad, and my real dad, because
even now, even though your mom's no longer here, but we went on a cruise with your real dad, and your stepdad was there,
and his new wife,
like,
y'all rich.
That's
definitely rich.
dinner.
It wasn't that
awkward.
That's
Like,
no,
it's super dope, and he's very understanding, and
but it's been like that my whole life though, so it's not new.
So I think when once they've probably been through some shit a long time ago, and it's like but what it is everybody's destinies are intertwined at this point. So it's like,
well, that, and I'm a big favor of blended families. Like I tell I say blended. I tell my ex-husband all the time. I was like, I would love for you to meet somebody and get a new wife, have more kids, whatever, and have that all just be a nice mesh for them.
Shit, he'll have a headache.
Yes.
What if he have 3 more?
Oh, that's his problem.
2 more.
That's his 3 more. As long as he's still taking care of his 2, we're good.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, shit, that's a lot of food on the table. When the kids go.
But I'm just saying, like, that's the type of mom, baby mama, whatever I want to be. Is I want happiness for the other person. So no drama.
Yeah, the drama doesn't help anybody. It ages you. And I'm trying to go backwards. Y'all didn't know.
So when you meet kids, I think for me, it is. I agree with Chase wholeheartedly. I think that it's kind of a feeling that you get that, hey, I wouldn't mind if I ate and you ate and my kids ate, but like all at the same time. Let's just see how it goes.
Just to take it there, it's just like sex. It's like, it shouldn't be like, oh yeah, it's 3rd date.
I don't think that, but I do think that you should consider and take time, a lot of time, to consider when that should happen. I just don't, because at the end of the day,
you're right. If you get a feeling on a 3rd date, I don't think you should do it on a 3rd date. You're like, you need to meet my kids.
Right. In the beginning, everyone is still putting on their best face. You know what I'm saying? Like, so 3 months in, 6 months, everyone's still putting on their best face up until maybe that 6-month mark, right? And at that point, I feel like that's going to be if I can tolerate you for 6 months.
Hold on, you can wait 6 months for you fucking?
No, we're talking about meeting kids.
Fuck is not even like.
I know. I'm just no, because that was my example at first. I was like, oh dang.
Yeah, no. I could go a long time. If I'm not comfortable, I'm going a long time.
No, for sure.
I mean, not even comfortable, but just like I have to be okay with
Once again, it's a feeling still.
Yes,
but there's no limit.
I don't have that same feeling when it comes to meeting my son.
No, I mean, it's not the same feeling. It's a feeling. Enter your variable. Kid, that's a feeling,
No, once I feel like you're no longer putting on your best face, and I know exactly who you are.
Oh, she need the real face, so she says she want to deal with that face.
Exactly, because I don't want to bring someone around and then we're only together for a year, and then it's like, all right, let's try this again. Like, I don't want to do that.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah. Damn. Just got sad right quick. But
what are some of the benefits of dating a parent?
Oh.
First of all, you already know she can cook.
Okay, wait. Yes.
No, we don't.
Yes, we do.
Shit.
Yes, we do.
That kid just might be eating that same bullshit all the time.
If your children are eating
macaroni and cheese, chicken nuggets, hot dogs.
That's terrible.
Hey, sweetheart, go warm with that other TV dinner.
Like, if I try to make the same meal in the week, my son's like, what is this?
Do you want another Totoni's?
Nah, fam. We don't do that over here.
My girls do love corn dogs.
Oh,
I do cook.
Want the pizza rolls?
I love pizza rolls. I love pizza rolls.
Nigga, come over there. We're having pizza rolls and
no. Okay. I will say though, my girls, I am so proud of them. They eat ramen. They go eat dim sum. They are great with their palate is very articulate. Yeah. Do I feed them corn dogs? Yes, sure the fuck I do. Do they eat pizza rolls? Once a week. But I do cook.
Yes.
They do eat different
Yeah.
things. I can cook.
You know what I hated as a kid that my mom did? Love you, Mom. But like, okay, I can't say this. I only have one son. It's just me. You know, I have a decent enough job. But like, we would go to restaurants and she'd be like, you got to get the kids this or the cheapest that, or you better eat that meat patty from our McDonald's burger. You're not going to finish it. Like, she was always like, a kid doesn't eat steak. A kid like can't eat. No. You know what I mean? Like those were adult foods. So that was one thing that I made sure, like, when I had my son, like, we have sushi Fridays. He, you know what I mean? Like, he goes out and I make sure that he experiences those things. But, like, I don't
They do. It's true. But my girls have sushi, like, Wednesdays, so it's fine.
So, but it's like, I don't know if that had a lot to do with finances at the time, you know, because she was, you know, she was a single parent at some point, too.
She might have just been telling you that.
Right, but it was coming off as something differently. But that was something that was, you know, stuck in my mind. I want to make sure that the palate of my son is, you know, he knows what he's eating. Y'all bitches with y'all's daughters can't fool my son with your basic ass Alfredo and all that good stuff.
No, I make my Alfredo from scratch.
Number pasta and shit.
We don't get canned.
Don't come over here with the spaghetti.
But I will say, I think a benefit of dating a mom.
Some ravioli.
A benefit of dating me is that I feel like I'm a mom.
Look, man.
Is that one? We can multitask.
Let me
we could do multiple things. Usually multiple things.
Yeah.
Two, I feel like as a parent in general, whether you're a dad, mom, you just are way more like usually patient, compassionate, like accepting of how people are. Because, you know, your kids be doing some dumb shit, saying some dumb stuff. You got to be, you know, patient. You got to be compassionate. You got to love everybody for who they are. So I think parents in general those are just qualities they have, usually.
Yeah.
I just want to let you guys know.
Because I don't have patience.
I just want to let you guys know that what Jessica's saying, guys, if you're out there, she could help you.
Why are you trying to sell us off?
I'll feed you pizza rolls.
Pizza rolls.
What's happening?
She has patience.
Pizza roll and patience.
Compassion. I can multitask.
She can fold.
I will do your taxes and fold your clothes at the same time. Actually, that's a lie. I cannot fold at all.
Yeah, I hate folding
She can
clothes.
put them up.
I don't know how to fold fitted
fold them
sheets.
And I can put them up all day.
You see what I'm talking about?
All
like,
day.
bro, y'all need to get out here. Y'all letting two of them go.
That's so funny.
Y'all letting two of them go.
Okay.
To our 83% audience of males. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, the women don't care about me. That's fine.
All right, so I feel like it's a good time to still go into our next topic. I think we're good. Yep, I'm gonna say we.
Do you have time, girl?
Oh, shout out to the guys at Good Guys Bad Habits. We're gonna go check their live show out tonight. That's why I have to make sure we have time. We have time.
Good Guys Bad Habits.
Good Guys
Let's
Bad
do
Habits.
it.
I don't know if you guys know that Stacy's the one who keeps us on time, on topic. Because I don't give a damn.
We all have many talents.
I swear to God.
All right, so do we care about a man's or woman's past, and to what extent?
Define past. Like, what are we talking about?
Past relationships.
Are they a felon? Are they okay?
I mean, depends on the felony, right? Like, come on with it. What felony is unacceptable?
Did they cheat? Did they? What happened?
Unacceptable.
Yeah. Hold on. Hold on. Fuck that. Which one is? Let's start there.
Yeah, because felons are big deal.
Let's start. Which one is acceptable?
If you stole a car,
I feel like that's not the question.
No. If you murdered somebody, no. I'm good.
Hold on. Because they got reason to kill motherfuckers. So what if it was like self-defense?
So like Snapped. All those ladies on Snapped.
But that's because y'all just crazy in general.
Yeah,
like,
you have to know what type of crazy you gotta know which crazy you're dealing with.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right, so does the past matter as far as relationships? We'll start there.
It does.
To what extent?
Oh, this is a terrible question.
It's a great question.
I think that it depends on what your past is. Like, I am personally weary of like people who have alcohol and drug problems. So if you've been, that's like a past thing, right?
I mean, most people have that problem.
Yeah.
I mean,
especially with our, I consider it a problem. Yes.
If you have a drug and alcohol problem, I meant more so in like relationships.
Oh, that too. But like cheating, like I'm not a fan of. But then I don't know. Would you openly just tell me like, yeah, I cheated on my last
Probably
girlfriend
not.
5 times? Like, I just think that, I don't know. It does matter. Past does matter.
Okay, so what about?
Well, how long ago though? Too. I mean,
Yeah.
Was this your
in
last?
age.
Well, or what about people
Yeah.
that like the ones that are never like in long relationships? I guess.
I definitely consider that. Like, that's one of my first questions is how long was your longest relationship? Because I feel like that tells me a lot about said person.
mm-hmm.
you know, how long was your last relationship?
Like, I feel like that. Does that matter to you when you're talking to, like, if someone's like, my longest relationship was 6 months or a year?
See, I've
Damn.
never dated anybody with 6 months or a year. Usually everybody's had at least a year to 2, 3 years under their belt. But if they were just say 6 months, I'm like,
Yeah.
I think 3 might have been my longest.
Yeah, and I feel like once you get past, like,
But see, when
once
you do
get
that
to-
shit, oh man, when you get back in the game.
but once you get to like the 4, 5, 6, it's like, okay, you can actually commit. Were you faithful during that
4,
time?
5,
Like,
6
years? Yeah.
Man, we 30. That's their whole fucking.
that's
I'm
their
not
whole
saying-
Their
life.
20s.
I'm
yeah.
not. Yeah, I'm not
that's-
saying it's bad. I'm just saying, man, I can't even imagine it. Well, because I've never had it, so it's like I can't imagine it. Especially, I'm just thinking about what that person. What let's say they're dating you, but they just got out of a 7-year relationship. They was married, all that shit.
Right.
Being back in the game after 3 years,
Yeah.
the music had changed. The club,
New
the
social
club
media
scene,
came out.
the club scene.
What's
had changed.
Tinder?
There was more iPhones.
Hey.
There was so many iPhones.
It was crazy when I went back to the club. They was like, "What
Oh,
you
yeah.
doing in here?"
What you doing in here? Yeah.
Like, bro, I can't go out. Exactly.
Yeah. So do you consider that when you're dating women, like what their longest relationship was, or is that just a woman thing?
I have never thought about it in my life, and the reason why is because I'm looking at all of the shit. I'm looking at all the shit.
What break it down? What's all
Because
the other
I'm
shit?
looking at I'm like I said, if we were talking about the kids, I'm looking at the whole kids situation. I'm looking at your drama situation. I'm paying attention to how you handling me. You know what I'm saying? Because you never know. See, women are really big on patterns and they're really big on track records, right?
I agree.
Guys already not really that goddamn organized already. I already ain't got time. So since I already ain't got time, I'm gonna give you so much benefit of the doubt. But then I'm still paying, for me, I'm paying attention to everything. And if you fuck up, I'm gonna let you hang yourself off everything else. To me, like, okay, yeah,
Dang.
the track record is only
so the track record doesn't matter.
it doesn't. I mean,
It doesn't.
unless it was like you said, unless it was last year.
So I just want to make sure you say so it doesn't.
No, I think she better going. Well, what if she just sucked 19 dicks?
I was about to go into
Shit like that,
what
that's
about
crazy.
her body count? Does body count count?
I never want to know your body count.
That's
No,
polite.
But I don't
no
really.
guy- no
do you
guy
ask body
should.
count? I don't ask body
Man,
count.
dude.
I've
You
been asked
typically.
body count a few times.
Dudes
Well,
don't
I've
really
been
be
asked
doing
it like
that.
maybe twice, but I'm saying, do you ask a guy body count?
They never know
They never.
because
know.
it's always so many, and that's that double standard there. Like, I feel like every guy I've asked, like, once they ask me my body count, I'm like, well, what about you? And it's like, oh shit, nigga. I don't
lost count
even
at
know.
29.
Do that?
Oh, I don't even know.
Back in my day.
And it's like, I have to try to, even though I'm like, ew, that's
yeah, bro.
gross.
Like, don't
You
number
should
one.
know.
Hey, bro. Let me zoom in on you. If you go tell her the body count, don't act like you talking to your homeboy.
Here's the thing, or like, don't
Yeah,
ask
no,
my
I
body
don't
count.
know.
Bruh.
Don't
back in 06. Oh.
Yeah, don't ask a body count if you're not willing to give an accurate number of your body count.
Accurate.
Like, accurate. Like, I need
Accurate,
to know.
no caps.
Because I know exactly, like,
Oh, here we
what
go.
mine is.
Mhm.
So, but does it matter when you're like? Do you say, "Damn, you fucked 68 girls last year"?
But see, I don't
Last
ask
year,
because I
that
don't want to
nigga
know.
He about to die.
I typically don't ask body count. I ask I usually get a feel for oh, what's your longest relationship? And then when I ask that and they start telling me some of the time, I'm like, he couldn't have fucked 3 girls or 30 girls in that 5-year relationship he was in. I'm gonna assume that his body count is between this and this.
Shit. You
Assume.
haven't been with my exes. They fucked 30 while we were together.
It depends. It really depends.
Well, that's what.
So you never ask body count. You never want to know. It never comes up.
Oh shit, has it come up? So I try not to ask. But like I've never actually like just like, hey, so yeah, how many niggas you fuck? I've never asked.
What if she fucked the homie?
Oh shit! It depends on how much of the homie he was, and most likely he not the homie no more.
We don't know that.
If I'm talking to her, he probably not the homie.
Yeah.
But like,
If I find out,
go ahead.
if I find out, depending on who the homie was,
So it depends on who the homie
man.
is.
Yeah.
Okay.
How are we the same nigga?
It could have been a long time ago.
No, do you see? But do you see what I'm getting
that,
at?
but it could have been a long time ago.
No, man. No. Well, I mean, yeah, you're right. It could.
Yeah.
But it just says
she's a new woman now.
It says a lot.
A new, great woman.
Most likely, to be honest with you, most likely, if it's somebody from back then, I don't even know her no more.
Okay, so would you date a guy that had sex with your friend? Because women can be different on this.
Wait, Kate. He's right.
Women can do that.
Is this
Men
like
can do it too.
is this like it was like our friend? Like you're my friend now, or is this like
I'm not fucking nobody you fucking?
That's what I'm saying. Like so, or was it like somebody I randomly knew in high school and she
the homie?
Hold up.
Oh no!
Oh shit! Hold on.
No!
Hold on. We got some parameters.
No.
Well, see, we're talking on a grown up stage right now. We're talking about like a relationship.
Yeah.
Now it's definitely happened where. Yeah, I'm saying like a dude and fucked a chick that your homeboy didn't fuck. That has definitely happened.
Yeah, yes.
But
relationship,
it depends.
Would you be in a relationship?
Hold on, because I gotta get this out there for our listeners who are not as old as we are. Hey, if you gonna try to smash somebody that I either used to talk to or that I dated or that I smashed or whatever, go ahead. I'm not gonna do it, but go ahead. and hold on. But if you gotta do it, you don't have to talk down on me to do it. And I've definitely experienced that, and that ends friendships for sure. Because you shouldn't have to do that to get the vagina.
I don't know. I've just never been in the situation in which I've been attracted or even felt the need to want to talk to one of my like friends, like ex-boyfriends, ex-men at all, like at all, like not even like at all. Like I'm friends with a lot of like I have a best friend who I am literally best friends with her husband too. But like we've known each other since high school. Like I've known her around the same time. But like like I would never.
I feel like I do a great job of having friends around me where we all have different tastes in men. Like all of my friends, we all have different tastes. So there's never a time where we would like. Say, for instance, if even my other two best friends were single, where we would go to a bar and we would all be interested in the same guy, that would never fucking happen. Never. So,
but see, I feel like there's just a code though. Even if we did have the same taste, like I'm not gonna Jordan Woods nobody. We're not gonna do that.
Inside here,
who is Jordan
Woods?
A
little bit.
What?
Because I'm not about to fall into this little Kardashian bullshit.
Who is Jordan Woods?
Jordan Woods was Kylie Jenner's best friend, and she had sex with Tristan Thompson.
Okay, wait. So I think both of them are completely at fault, and both of them should be completely cut off. But I'm not gonna say forgive one, forgive the other. I just think, as a woman perspective, like you, even if that person was a freaking 20 out of 10 or whatever, like. You can't. You just that's an unwritten rule with females is you cannot just go and have sex or cheat or whatever with your best friend's sister's
or
person. Yeah. Anybody. Just know.
Here's my thing. You really have to be careful who you bring your significant other around. Like I know that I've had a lot of instances where I've been in relationships and I honestly can't name one long-term relationship that I've been in where one of their friends didn't try to like seriously talk to me. One of their close friends seriously tried to talk to me. Like I
get people's husbands popping up in my DM all the time.
But I mean my significant other's friends. Like I don't mean just randomly. I mean my significant other's friends have always. I've never been in one relationship where their friend hasn't tried to come at me. And I mean like best friend, all of that.
Man, guys are grimy, man. Guys are grimy, and so that's why I only keep so many guys around me.
Right.
I have more female friends just because. What a female gonna do to me when I'm talking to a female unless she like females? You see what I'm saying?
She's not gonna steal your girl.
Right. So the whole point of that is like you know, you don't need 10,000 friends.
No.
You need about 5 or 10 good ones.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is you still like regardless, you should still be cautious. Even with like family members. Like you should just be cautious and know who you're dealing with as far as like who you're in relationship with, and then know the people that you're bringing around.
Yeah,
them.
or you don't bring them around them. Like for real.
You
and
can't
it's like,
be too trusting.
It's like you got some friends, and or family members, like, yeah, you love them, but you know their limitations.
Yeah.
Right? And it mean put like this. If I bring you around somebody who I know their limitations, it says something about you.
Yeah, because I mean, the most prominent one that's sticking out in my mind right now is I lived with a guy, and he had a friend that had like, he didn't fall up on hard times, but he needed to be at our house for a long period of time. I mean, like 2 months.
Stacey was walking around that thing in a sports bra.
No,
like,
I wasn't. I'm not like that. But like he would take me to work. Like he was around, and he would tell me all the things that my significant other was doing on the side, and like it was I've never been in a
he was out there
relationship.
hating that's what we call that. As men, we call that hating, guy.
I don't know, but you should very well be cautious. Like just because they're like been around for a long time, because they're friend, like that doesn't mean they need to be around your man. Period. No, like none of my best friends will be calling my man, talking to my man. No,
I remember back in college, I lived with 2 of my cousins. Right, I had met this chick on a band trip to Chicago. She lived in Florida. I worked overnight. I was an overnight stocker at HEB at the time, going to school to be an engineer. And she came in. She came in. Well, whatever.
You know, for the ladies, the engineer guys, he got money.
He is an engineer, guys.
Hey,
come get him.
Don't come this way. I'm broke. Listen. So
we're in his Grecian palace right now.
So
go ahead.
I'm having to work, right? And she came for like 4 days or whatever, right? I told her, I said, man, I don't know if it's a great idea for you to come because I have to work, right? They didn't have to work. Well, he didn't have to work. He literally, like, his cousin or his grandmother or whatever would actually help pay for his part of the rent. Why one day, all of a sudden, I found out she was in his bed.
She's a whore.
You know what I'm saying? But there's that. And then what is he?
He's a whore, too.
You know what I'm saying?
And he's a terrible friend. And that shows a lot about someone's character.
Right. So, you know, people like that, and that's just only one incident. So it's like people like that, you really have to understand who you're dealing with. And put like this, that don't mean you stop dealing with them. Because, see, you might welcome somebody, let's say, like in the instance of a roommate. You know what you're dealing with right there. You could welcome somebody else into your roommate situation. You sleep, you know, you don't know what that other element is. So I know what your weakness is. So you don't have to go nowhere, but I just know how far I can throw your ass. So it's a difference.
Okay.
Anyway.
So
Jewel dropped. I just dropped one from gas.
Yeah. Oh. You should.
That was a knowledge bomb. It just went bloom everywhere.
Oh, we need a soundboard. We need a soundboard, don't we?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh shit! I'm definitely getting that shit out of here.
All right. Well, that is all we have for today, guys.
Yeah. So.
We have been drinking, so. I feel like while we're drinking, we're all like, guys, let me tell you my deepest, darkest secrets.
Shit.
My friends
That's
told
what
me
happens.
Hey, no,
That's what happens.
See,
when
y'all,
you...
I be trying to get them to this point, but they don't want to.
But you do chicken run. If you guys chicken run at home, just make sure you're not driving anywhere. You're at home. You're drinking responsibly with friends, amongst good company. You're talking about dating women with children, vice versa.
Damn.
Also, if we said anything helpful, you should.
No, I feel like we said more helpful things on this one than any other one.
Yeah, comment below. If we didn't say anything helpful, you could still comment below.
Maybe not. It's maybe because
if you have any.
Hold on. Number one, just got here speeding through this shit. NormanStewart.com. You should definitely comment
below.
Yeah.
Below.
Yeah.
Down there.
There we go.
Right here.
Yeah,
you should comment. You should like, subscribe to iTunes, Spotify,
It's
SoundCloud.
It's actually not called iTunes. It's Apple iPod.
Apple iPod, SoundCloud, Google Play. Go to our Instagram page, Houston. I'm Just Saying. Follow King Callan P, Stay Sorry, Jessica Lola. Do all that in the comments below.
And guys, if you're out there,
No, and ladies,
and guys, if you're
and
out
ladies,
there,
if you are looking for a wealthy engineer,
if you were like a MILF,
MILF, bitch, I'm not that old.
they come
Or
in.
she's not that old either.
I thought it was just mom I'd like to.
Exactly.
No, I feel like that's old. Whatever.
Yeah, if you were like a Latin
King Colin P,
Latin lover,
hit him up in his DMs.
We have two
Wait, which one?
Latin ladies here. For
Waiting.
you.
Is she Latin right now or is she black?
Waiting
Which one?
to
Yeah, I
trick
don't know
off
what
his
she is
money.
Which
right
one?
He's waiting to trick off his money, guys.
Would you like one that's cream or bronze? Which one would you like? They're going. Hey, you're gonna have to take one.
Okay,
we're gonna Perry,
we gotta go.
Perry's Steakhouse. You gotta go to Perry's Steakhouse.
He's gonna take you to Vic and Terry's,
Hell
Vic and
no.
Isaac's.
Vic and Anthony's.
He's gonna take you
no.
to Vic and Anthony's.
You're never
because
gonna make
he's
it to Vic
balling.
and Anthony's.
He's tricking off his money, guys.
Have a great weekend. Bye.
For the record, I've never tricked my money out.